right, good morning, hockey fans. Today, the Northern Lakes Lightning takes on the Fargo Angels. Checking things out. Fargo Angels lining up on the blue line, maybe kicking off with a national anthem here. First game of the day on the rink. Lightning getting their chant together, building up the momentum, and we will line up on the blue line for national anthem. Maybe. No announcement. Playing it by ear. National anthem being broadcasted. All right, a little kickoff with the national anthem, and we're going to be ready to start playing some hockey. So Fargo Angels won their game against Roseau yesterday, 10-4. Roseau will be the team that we're going to be playing at 3 p.m. in the Memorial Rink. Make sure to tune in live for that. Lightning boys kept their heads up high yesterday. If you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. 0-33, tough game, but boys learned a lot. Coaches taking that opportunity to teach those boys how Edina plays, and hopefully we picked up a few things yesterday. And we're off to the battle. Daly back well with us. Showed up to the rink yesterday not feeling well. He went home and or back to the hotel and recoup. And back on the action. Maroney passing it back to Ani. Ani just missed on the pass. He's going to battle it out with Fargo. Fargo trying to push one up center. Maroney intercepts it, pushes it up, gets it clear. And Fargo taking back up. That's going to be an offsides on Fargo. 17-minute periods again, 2-minute minors. And we're 16:29 into the first. Carr taking the drop, pushes it up. Fargo's going to try to pick it up. Fargo dumping it in. Evenson off to the races. He's going to try ringing the boards. Hits Binda. Trying to get it clear. Unable to get there. Puts one on net. Evenson breaks it up before it could get to Peterson. Trying to get it clear. Fargo picks up the blue line. Puts a shot on goal. Peterson covers. New face-off. Horton pushing it up, but Angels intercepts it. They're going to dump it in. Kimmer going to get to it, tries to ring the boards, gets off the stick for Fargo, and they're going to have to take up. Butcher trying to keep some pressure. Offsides being called on the Angels. Angels keeping possession, neutral ice. Just missed a pass. Dauber's going to dump it in. Just might be a little too much, and that's going to be an icing on the Lightning. This is going to be our fifth drop within a minute and a half as we bring it back into the defensive zone for the Lightning. Going to take a drop, glove side of Peterson. Cleared behind the net. Maroney's going to pick it up. Trying to ring the boards. Gets past Angels. Kess is off to the races. We also got Daly. Daly's going to pick it up. He's got Kess to the side. He's going to take a shot. Just goes wide. Evenson pushing it back to the blue line. Maroney's going to take a shot. Takes a hard shot. Glove save by the Tendy at 15-11. All right, Carr taking the drop. Bended to his left. And Gearhart to his right. Shot trying to be put on goal from Ani, but intercepted by Fargo Internationals. Fargo Angels. Internationals. Fargo Internationals. That's where we play Squirt Internationals. Fargo coming in with it. Trying to center it up. Net next knocked off, and we're going to have a stoppage of whistle. Didn't quite see how player went down. Might have blown a tire. Might have been pushed. Not sure. No penalty being called, though. But we'll have a stoppage of play and a new drop. 14:50 on the board. Fargo trying to push one on net. It looks like it hits off the skate of Binda. They put another one, just goes wide. Fargo trying to center it. Good defense going on by Christenson and Gearhart. Another shot from top circle, goes wide. Binda trying to get to it. Evenson gets it cleared, and it's going to come back down. Icing going to be waved off. Carr's going to try keeping some pressure. They're going to pass it up. Hits on Christenson. Christenson back to Evenson. Just bounce off his stick. Fargo's going to come in with it. Trying to get it clear, but Fargo read the angle on that. Picked it up. They're going to take a shot. Saved by Peterson. Little different game than yesterday. Fun to watch here. Lightning might be showing a little more oomph with their homemade custom jerseys. Red color. Boys have been clamoring for something with their name on the back, showing a little bit of pride. Shot on goal from the Fargo soft roller. Peterson's going to cover. Gets a clear. Pressure being kept. Kilmer knocks it right off the blue line, but Angels are going to pick it up. Trying to enter. That's not going to be called for an offsides, is just on the other side. Dobber's going to pick up behind the net. Skating up with it. Gets a clear, pushes up to Butcher. Butcher just trying to reach for it, but Angels trying to pass it off. Go over to Hogue. Gets it. He's going to battle it out with the boards. Horton's going to come and try to poke it through, but Angels are going to pick it up. Passing up the neutral zone, and they're going to dump it in. Horton being the first to grab it behind the net. Trying to push it over to Maroney. Gets intercepted by the Angels, and Lightning still battling it out. Evenson moving in strong with it. Kess along with them, but a good stick from Fargo is going to knock it off. And Fargo's going to dump it in the corner. Missed some passes, and that's going to be a Lightning. Sorry. Oh. Not icing. We're going to continue playing it. Maroney battling out. He's going to look for Evenson. Just gets off his stick. Fargo keeps it in. Jay throw one on net. Doesn't quite make it to the net. And a clear by Maroney up to Daly. Daly's going to push it just behind Cass. Ani pushing it over to Maroney. Maroney pushing it back. Kess trying to push it over to Daly. Daly's going to battle it out. Good stick on from Kess. Keeps it in. Line changes occurring for the Lightning. Carr comes out. He's almost picked up a pass from the Angels. Angels skating through. Shot on goal. Glove save by Peterson. Scoreless game at 11:43. As we'll see another glove side drop for Peterson. Getting tied up underneath some skates, but Carr's going to find it. Carr building some momentum. Fargo pushing him off to the corner, right side. Shot comes. I didn't see where it went, but it landed in front of Binda. Binda unable to put something on it, and Angels going to pick it up. They're skating in. Pass it back and forth. Just missed off a pass from the Angels. Good opportunity. Angels going to try dumping it in. Picked up by Christenson. Christenson's going to dump it over. Shot comes in far from the blue line. Going to end up behind the net. Christenson's going to pick it up. Pushing up to Hogue. Good job by Angels pinning down Christenson. Christenson still battling it. A lot of skates, a lot of sticks over on that side. Good coverage in front of the net. Daly, Carr, Horton. Horton coming through with it. Skating by. Trying to push one through. Deflected by the Angels. Kilmer coming off. Just bounces off his stick. Evenson back on defense. Kilmer going to keep some pressure. Good block by Evenson. Doesn't let that puck get in. Another shot coming on goal, but Kilmer deflects it with his stick. Fargo pushing it back. Tries to take a shot, hits off their own player. Fargo trying to center it. Gets a clear from Butcher, but Angels already taken back up. Pass out, takes a shot, goes high. Lightning get it clear. Daly pushes it over to Kess. Kess is going to enter it in. He's got Daly out front. Daly trying to push it over. Gets behind the net. And just gets a clear from Fargo, but Kess is going to pick it up. He's going to throw one on net. Glove save by the Tendy at 9-10. Fargo maintaining control after the face-off. They're going to dump it in the corner. Ani puts one up, gets deflected. Carr's going to put one through the paint, it looked like, over to Binda. Just misses pass. Fargo's going to skate out with it. Got Ani back on defense, trying to put a body on it. Saved by Peterson. Carr's going to pick it up. Good pressure coming from Fargo. Carr has to toss it away. Fargo saw somebody hanging out by the blue line. Shot saved by Peterson again. A little board battle going on. Where's it going to come? Fargo finds an opportunity. Evenson puts a stick on it. Daly puts a stick on it, but Fargo's going to keep maintaining control. They're going to take a shot. I didn't see where to stop. Evenson might have taken one, and Peterson's looking for a stoppage of play. Evenson might have taken one in the wrist. Just underneath the glove. Hopefully he's going to be all right. A little bit of agony. In pain. There we go. There's our cheering crowd cheering up again. Lightning playing different game today. Gets a clear. Offsides. Again, offsides being called if the puck goes back into the neutral zone and back into the offensive zone without all the players cleared. They will see a new puck drop. That's what we saw here. Just enough weight on the other side of that puck. That's what caused it. Angels going to be dumping it in. Good stoppage on the blue line from the Angels. They're going to put one just wide of the net. First to be there, though. Picking it up. So Dauber tries to push it out. Trying to ring the boards again. Dump back under behind the net. Kilmer going to battle it out. Angels pushing it back to the blue line. They're going to take a hard shot. Loose change. Loose change out front. Just gets knocked out. Angels unable to clean up that. And Horton's going to try to skate it out with it, but Angels ripping it away from him. Kilmer gets a good stick. Oh. Skates and bodies going down. Not sure if it's going to have enough umph. I think they're going to call off icing. We're going to continue playing it. Line change coming on for the Lightning. Fargo's scooping it up behind the net. They're going to try to hit their man right at the blue line, skating through the neutral zone. Lightning with some fresh skates, but we're going to see a shot goes wide from Fargo. Fargo pushing another one. Goes in the corner. Daly trying to pick it up along the boards, just leaves it behind. Battle it. We got an equipment malfunction on Peterson causing a stoppage of play. Evenson back on the ice, so that's a good thing. Evenson battling behind the net, but Fargo's going to take a shot. Saved by Peterson. Some loose change still down the ground. Cooper trying to get it clear. Kessel's along with it. Evenson clearing it. Kess going to keep some pressure. Fargo just fans on their pass, but they're going to pick it up, trying to dump it in. I don't know if they hit the ref or what. Christian's going to... Peterson without a stick, and Christenson got it for him. Didn't see what happened there. I don't know if we're going to have film on that one, but we'll take a peek. Seen a lot of defensive zone for the Lightning. Fargo's going to try to put one on net again. Evenson grabs it, puts it off, trying to get it clear. Fargo takes a shot from the blue line, hits their own player. And that's not going to be an offside. They tagged up before they dumped it in. Proper move. Evenson looking for Daly. Hits his man. Blue line. Going to try pushing one in. Tendy's going to play it out. Carr breaking it up. Pushes it back to Maroney. Back up to Carr. Pushed it over to Gearhart. Carr's going to push it back to Binda. Binda's going to go back to Maroney. Maroney's going to take her shot. Stick save and push it over to the corner by the Tendy. Oh, I hope I'm getting that. But Fargo's going to pick it up. They're going to dump it in. Maroney dumps it over. Good stick from Kilmer. Neutral ice discussion. Fargo's going to come up. Maroney gets a good stick on it, but Fargo going to be picking it up, takes a shot, goes over Peterson in the net. Fargo trying to do a centering option. Taking a shot, looking for a tip. Just goes wide. Maroney pushes it behind the net, hits Carr. Carr's going to get it clear, hits Binda. Carr sees an opportunity. He's going to flick one in as he's looking for a line change himself. And Tendy's going to cover at 3:33. Lightning in the defensive zone for quite some time there, keeping them out of the net, though. Great job by the Lightning. Fargo was keeping the pressure, and now we're going to see a puck drop on the offensive side, glove side of the Tendy. Fargo's pushing around the boards. Not sure if it got back to Dauber. Got back to Dauber. Dauber's going to take a shot. Save or deflected off by Fargo. Fargo coming with it. Looking for a pass out front. Just bounced off the stick, and they're going to dump it behind the net. Horton trying to pick it up. Battling it out. A little crash on the side of the corner there. Dauber and an Angel. Angel's trying to ring the boards, but nobody there at the blue line. Butcher knocks it off. Shot on goal from the blue line, it looked like from Kess. And goalie had to put one down. Good pressure. Christenson's going to pick it up, trying to push it over to Evenson, but intercepted by Fargo. Coming in, shot on goal, but Evenson knocks off his shin pad, goes in the corner. Christenson trying to get it clear, but gets over to the hands of the Angels behind the net, and Lightning trying to use the boards. Cooper going to pick it up. Picked up, takes a shot. Fargo puts a hand on it. Evenson picking it up. He's going to dump it in. Again, to Evenson, 65 is going to be Cooper on offensive. Easton Evenson wearing number 58 back on defense. Fargo pushes it up. Just bounced off his stick, and Evenson was able to put a stick on it. And neutralized turnover for Fargo, but a good stick from Ani. Back and forth game in the neutral zone. But Fargo's going to, and that's going to be an offsides on Fargo. Good opportunity for Fargo, but they were entering just a little too quick. Minute 16 left on the first period. Again, a completely different game than yesterday against Edina. Fargo pushing it up on the line. Again, Fargo won their game against Roseau 10-4 yesterday. One on net just through the paint, but went wide. Fargo trying to center it up, gets deflected. Carr's going to pick it up. Oh, Peterson throwing it back for Maroney. Oh, Maroney almost takes the head off of a ref. I don't think I saw that one. Round the boards, icing being waved off. Horton picking it up. Carr's going to see one, takes a shot, goes wide. Horton keeps it in. Fargo coming in with it. Good skate on from Kilmer, knocks it loose. Dauber gets I think they, nope. That's going to be the end of the first period. Scoreless game, 0-0, end of the first. Lightning keeping up with them. Both teams getting their skate out of them. All right, coach is talking about what's going right, what's going wrong, how we're going to improve, and how we're going to attack the second period. Peterson with a few shots on goal saved. Tendy from Fargo, shots on goal saved. Neither Tendy wants to let anything in today. Lightning ready to come back out and play. Both teams ready to turn up a notch, and 17 minutes back on the board. Second period. Here we go. Horton dumping it in. Tenny wants to cover right away. Pass back to the blue line, just bounced off Christenson's stick, and Fargo's going to come in with it. Evenson back on D, tries to knock it loose, and does so. Fargo's going to have to tag up as they're trying to re-enter the zone. They're going to dump it in. Christenson might be the first there from the Lightning to get to it. Trying to ring the boards for Hogue. Horton's in the battle. Let's see if we can get a better angle. Lightning get a clear, but Fargo's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Fargo entering, missed their pass. Kess is going to pick it up, trying to get a clear. Just gets a clear. Fargo going to have to tag back up. Wisely do so, but a good stick from Horton right in the red line. He's going to pick it up. He's going to take a shot. Just hits on the side. Goaltender pushes it behind the net. He's still battling out. Kilmer picks it up at the blue line. Just fans off of that. And Fargo's going to have a breakaway. It's up to Peterson. He's got a 2-on-1. None. Pass it over. Saved by Peterson. Still loose change. Couldn't put it in. Great opportunity for Fargo, but unable to secure that goal. Another one being tossed on net. Goes behind. Kilmer knocking around. Fargo first to get to it. Kesk trying to battle it, but Fargo's going to dump it behind the net. Kess battling through, trying to get it cleared. Just gets held at the blue line. Kess gets it cleared. Fargo's going to dump it in. Kilmer gets it clear. Shot on goal, goes wide. Fargo pushes it in. Shot saved by Carr. Another shot on goal, goes wide. Well, team's looking a little exhausted already. First period in. Carr gets a clear. Fargo coming back in the zone. Have the tag back up as they are going to be called an offside. Not an offsides. We'll continue playing. Back and forth around the blue line. Kilmer dumps it up. Kess touches it at the red line, so it's going to be fair game. Lost its umph. He's going to battle it out on the boards. Fargo coming in with it. Carr tries to get a stick on it, but they still pass it up. They got an open man up front. They toss it back. Defensive steps up, dumps it in. Maroney's going to pick it up behind the net. He's going to throw one down. That's going to be an icing, as Lightning looking for a line change. .39 remaining in the second period. Scoreless game, 0-0. Again, way different game than yesterday. Might repeat that a few times, so I apologize. Fun to watch, though, competitive hockey. That's what makes it fun. Horton pushing it through. He's going to have some wheels. Goalie not coming out to step up on it, but he's going to get to it and just cover it. Maroney gets a good stick on it and pushes it up. Butcher's able to push it in. Hogue puts one, tries to get off net. And Fargo's going to find it, skate it out with the zone. They got Ani and Maroney back on defense. Fargo dumps it in. Good clear. Fargo taken back up. They do so. Ani's going to throw it behind the net. Hogue trying to get to it. Gets to it, throws it back, and that puts it up to Fargo. Fargo take a shot, save by Peterson. Cass picking it up. He's going to have two in front of him. He's going to try pushing one through the legs, but skates stop it. Maroney losing it at the blue line. Fargo turns it over. Going to take a shot, goes through the paint. Good stick from Kess trying to poke it out, but Fargo's going to dump it in. That's not good. Little different angles at this rink. Maroney pushing it back to Daly. Daly pushing it over. Saw Kess. Kess is going to dump it in. Fargo pushes it back to the blue line. Lost underneath Christenson, but Fargo's able to find it. Good stick on from Carr. Carr's going to find it. Oh. Nothing on that one. Fargo maneuvering around. Gonna see a shot. Oh, post. Goalie's best friend. Knocked out. Carr picked it up on the blue line. A little too early on Gerhardt is going to cause an offsides. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. Little anxious. Letting the boys get some wind underneath them. Carr picking it up right on the red line. Got two in front of him. Tries to push one underneath the skates, and Fargo stops it. They're able to skate it out with it. Kilmer trying to pass it back. Fargo misses a few sticks right at the blue line. Fargo taken back up, and they're going to dump it in. Fargo winding up. Save by Peterson. Horton trying to find it. Takes a shot. Fargo takes a shot. Hits the shoulder of Peterson. 10:25 still on the board for the second period. Lightning get a clear, and Fargo able to pick it up. Fargo's going to toss it in a little too soon, and they're going to be called for an offsides. 10-11, second period. Scoreless game, 0-0. Going to see a defensive zone drop right in the neutral. I think I said that wrong. Neutral zone drop right outside the defensive zone. Fargo picking up. They're going to dump it in. Maroney and Ani had a little discussion of who was going to go for it. Fargo puts it out front, and they're going to put one in. Hesitation being caused by Maroney and Ani, and Fargo's going to be able to find that and put their first one up on the board at 9:57. Fargo pushes it back to the blue line. Some traffic out front, and Fargo's going to find the back of the net for the second time. 2 in the last minute here for the Fargo. We're down 0-2. Put a stick on it. Ref's not sure what they're going to call. They're going to call an icing. Bat in the corner. Fargo's going to take it out. Kilmer keeping some pressure. Center an option. Looking to put one on net. Just hits the side. Not sure if I saw Peterson have an eye on that one. Kess trying to get it clear. Kilmer trying to push up the boards, but Fargo picks it up.
Move your feet!
Lightning losing some gumph. Fargo pushes it up, top circle. Shot on goal, saved by Peterson. Kilmer's going to knock it back. Fargo takes a shot on goal, covered by Peterson. Fargo pushing him back to the defensive line. They're going to take a shot. Saved by Peterson. Put through the paint again. Carr picking up along the boards. Battling it. He's going to take it. Takes a shot. Glove saved by the Tendy. Go, Red. Pick yourselves up now. Back to the line. Roney tries to put one up. Just gets out the stick of Gearhart. Fargo pushing it up. Hits their man on blue line. They're going to skate past Maroney. Maroney gets it back in the mix and puts a stick on it. Pushes it over to Christenson, Binda, and Fargo picks up neutral zone. They're going to come back in. Just fans on their opportunity. Roney gets a clear, push it up to Horton. Horton's got a clear breakaway potential. Takes a shot, saved by the Tendy as he came out. Good opportunity for the Lightning, and good save by the Tendy from Fargo. Fargo doing a line change. Loose puck there. Horton looking for some redemption, but he tries to get it clear. Carr trying to get it clear, but fans on his opportunity to clear it. Fargo picking it up in the corner. Not much pressure coming from the Lightning. Looking for center option for Fargo. And Butcher able to get a stick on it. Gets it clear. Battling it out, neutralize. Horton's going to come up, scoop up with it. Trying to put one on net, but 3 defensive men sitting in front of him. Fargo's going to come back. Christenson trying to catch up with him. Fargo taking a shot, saved by Peterson. Fargo picking up behind the net. Pressure being kept from Christenson. Trying to sneak one around. They are going to put one in, though, as they stuck with it at 6:35 for the third goal for Fargo. Timeout being called on the Lightning. It's going to put us on a Lakes Tile intermission or timeout. We've seen some gumph being lost out of the Lightning after that first goal goes in. Coach is going to have to try to rally them back together, see that first team that we saw in the first period. Again, sitting at 6:35 remaining in the second period. Lightning down 0-3. Some recaps from yesterday if you didn't tune in. Lightning took a loss 0-33 against Edina. And Fargo Angels took the win against Roseau 10-4. Lightning keeping up with them. The first period as a scoreless period on the first. And Fargo picked up some gumph, and they're able to put 3 on the board, which seemed to drain the Lightning from some life. Coaches give them some pep talk to say keep in the game, keep their heads up high. And we've come back from bigger deficits. Lightning's just got to reach for it. Dig deep for it. Clean game, no penalties so far being called in the game. Maybe a few questionable ones, but here we go. Back playing hockey, second period, 6:35. Lightning's going to push it back to their defensive zone. Dobby pushed it up, but Fargo picked it up, trying to do a centering pass. Good stick on from Kilmer, deflects that pass from being able to be successful. But Fargo dumping it in again. Kilmer knocks puck off of Fargo, but Fargo comes in again. Kilmer's going to pick it up. Sorry, we're not far enough. Fargo still maintaining control. Kilmer pushing up. Just a little bit beyond Daly, and Fargo able to back pass it and hit their man. Centering option for Fargo. Shot on goal. Loose change. I don't know where it's at. And nobody covered. Loose change, and they will call it. That'll be Fargo 4, Lightning 0. Carr passing it back to Ani. Carr picking up, maintaining control. Gonna take one shot. Looking for Horton out front, just bounce over his puck. Ani stepping up, knocking it back in, but Fargo there to pick it up. Ani pushed it back to Maroney. Maroney pushing it up. Butcher matching up with them, but Fargo able to pick it up, and they're going to skate behind their own net. Taken back up. Ani puts a stick on it, neutral ice. Lost beneath some skates, and Carr's going to pick it up. Blows a tire as he entered the zone. Pushes it back to Horton. Horton back to Maroney. Maroney's going to dump it in. Horton pushes it up. Butcher's going to push it in. Lightning looking for a complete line change, it looks like. Fargo pushing up. Maroney gets it back on the blue line. He passes it over to Evenson. Evenson up to Kess. Kess pushes it up. Christenson gets blown by. Fargo coming in with it. Evenson, slow roller, and Peterson's going to cover. .405 remaining in the second period, 0-4. Refs looking to play with Cooper Evenson on the other side of his position. Fargo pushing one up in the center. And we're trying to push it up. Battle along the boards. Fargo able to take the successor on it. Slow roller for Peterson. Knocks it off. Push back to the blue line. Another shot comes on, saved by Peterson at 3:37. Fargo trying to push one around the net, front of the net, unable to do so. Turned over. Carr coming in with it. Taking a shot. Nobody there. Good save by Tendy. Horton's going to pick it up, trying to push it up. Carr puts one on net. Just goes wide, though. Carr keeping it in. Is a successor. He's skating through a couple Fargos. Taking a shot, just hits the post, goes behind the net. Looking for a centering option. Kilmer's going to pick it up. He's going to take another shot. Goalie puts his protector on it, pushes it off in the corner. Fargo pushing it back in the corner. Lightning looking for a line change. Looked like Kilmer might have touched that one, but we're going to call that icing in a thankful way. Keskin can take the drop. He's got Maroney on the back of the blue line, trying to push it back. Maroney picking it up, takes a shot. Saved, not covered. No, it's still loose. No way! Not even covered! Refs miscalling the whistle. Lightning gonna have to pick that one up again. Fargo coming up with some gump. They take a shot, saved by Peterson. Push it up to Daly. Daly coming in. He's gonna take a shot. Gat's gonna go out of play into the net. Lightning robbed of their first goal, but we're going to keep playing through it. Point on net. Loose change still up front and cleared away. Didn't see if that was a shot on goal, but I think it was a save by... We're going to have a delayed penalty on the Lightning. That's going to be Horton in the box. No, 97. Christenson in the box. Horton coming over, thinking that it was him. 2 minutes on the board for Christenson. This is going to put us on an Emily Sand and Gravel penalty kill. First penalty of the game at a minute 41 of the second period. Shot on goal, saved and covered by Peterson. Clock. Clock. Stop the clock. Add 10 seconds. Fargo's lining up, takes a shot, hits the side. And gets a clear. Well, Fargo's going to pick it up in neutral zone. They're going to dump it in. Sorry for the yelling. Lightning get a clear. Not enough oomph on it. No icing can be called. Carr's going to keep up with it. We are short-handed, 4-on-5 hockey. Fargo going to push it up. Kilmer battling out, and Fargo's going to be able to pick it up. Dauber gets a good stick on it. Fargo picking it back up at the blue line, though. Dauber knocks his man off of it. Under a minute left of the second period. Fargo pushing it up. Couple saves by Peterson. And Lightning's going to try to clear. Gets back. Defensive men steps up right in the circle. They're going to take a shot. Pad save by Peterson. Looking for a round the hoop. Fargo putting a few of them trying to get on the net. Carr trying to clear. Another shot on goal from and that's going to be the end of the second period with 19 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Looks like they are going to zam the ice on this game. Both teams going to take a little breather. Hopefully collect their heads and collect their skates underneath them. We'll stay live and watch the zam come out. At the end of the second, the score is 0-4. And if you can bear with me a second, I'll see if I can see. Just checked in another team. Edina winning 5-0 against Roseau on the rink across from us, or behind us. So, again, we'll be playing Roseau at 3 p.m. We'll make that announcement at the end of the game as well. But grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite drink, and we'll be back with you shortly. All right, we're back, hockey fans. Zam is off. Boys all take the ice. Last minute pep talk. Hopefully the coaches talked into the Lightning team, finding their legs underneath them, finding that oomph, and bringing it for the third period. Again, Lightning down 0-4 as we're entering 17 minutes of the third period. 19 minutes left of the penalty kill. 19 seconds left of the penalty kill. Pretty sure I said minutes there. All right, Carr taking the drop, but Fargo's going to take the succession on that. They're going to dump it in. Fargo pushing it back to the corner, pushing the other side of the line. Shot on goal, saved by Peterson, and a good clear. Christenson coming out. And that's going to be an icing on the Northern Lakes Lightning. All right, 5-on-5 hockey, 16:35. Fargo pushes it back, blue line. Redirect on their own, and fortunately a save by Peterson, but they're going to be able to clean that up. Might have hit off a skate of a Lightning and put it over to a Fargo to put it in. It's going to be 5 on the board for Fargo. Fargo pushing it up. They're going to dump it in. Christenson pushed it around the boards. Back to the blue line. They're going to put one on. Hits their man up top. Lost puck and turned over for Kess. Kess has 2 in front of him. Getting pushed out to the side. He's going to look for a centering option. Pushing one out. And took a bad bounce off the net, looks like, and got back to the blue line. Fargo able to push it through. Fargo taking a shot, saved by Peterson. Loose change out front. Fargo takes another shot, pad saved by Peterson. Daly's going to pick it up. Good stick from Fargo, knocks him off. But Daly pushed it up to Kess. Kess has one in front, trying to push it through some legs. Gonna take a shot. Evenson there trying to pick up some cleanup. He's gonna throw it out front. Fargo might have reached behind their back, I don't know. Picked it up. Carr's gonna push it back to the line. Dauber's gonna pick it up. And Fargo's gonna pick it up and skate out with it. No, tried to push it out and hits off some skates, so Kess dumps it in deep. Kess deflecting the pass back. He's gonna pick it up, trying to push it out front. Evenson's picking up there and rounds the boards just off the skate of Kilmer. He's gonna have to beat out Fargo. He dumps it behind. Carr's gonna pick it up. Carr's gonna push it up to Butcher. Just bounce off his stick. Carr's still gonna maintain control. Good stick from Fargo. Knocks it off to the corner. Butcher out front. Same with Horton. Battle of 6 around the blue line, but Fargo able to push it out. Dauber trying to push it in. Butcher battling with the boards. Fargo might be sitting on it. Now we're battling it out. Loose and pushed in by Dauber. Fargo gets a clear. Carr's going to try to backhand deep dump it in, but Fargo intercepts it right at the blue line. They're going to pass it the other side. They're going to enter in the zone. That's an offside. It's not going to be called. Battle along the boards. It's going to be underneath somebody over there. Fargo coming out with it. Maroney's going to slam it down for an icing. Complete line changes on both teams. 13-18 remaining. Lightning down 0-5. Fargo wins the draw, pushing it back to the blue line. They're going to dump it in. Evenson trying to battle it out, but Fargo gets out of the corner with it. Puts it out in center. Unable to hit their man. Evenson trying to push it out. Kess trying to get to it too. Again, Evenson tried to push it up to Kess. That's going to be a tripping call on the Lightning on Evenson. This will be another one of the Lightning in the sin bin at 12:50 for tripping. It's going to put us on an Emily Sand and Gravel penalty kill. Lightning get it clear, but Fargo already there taken up. Trying to push it through. Fargo dumping it in. Dauber going to be the first one to get to it. They're going to call that as a goal. Oh. Yep. Evenson back out. 5-on-5 hockey. No goalie cam on that one to play back and see how that one was called. Anybody willing? Looking for another GoPro for that goalie cam. 12:06 remain. 12. Stop the clock. Oh no, sorry. Running clock with a 6-point lead is going to be called. Boys need to get one on the board to be able to stop the clock, and goalie Tendy covers. 11:35 remaining. Line changes on both sides.
Are we running time at 6?
Yeah. Carr coming out for the drop. Roney gets a good stick on it, but Fargo able to pick it up. Roney diving, prevents that shot being able to get off. Fargo still being able to center it. Carr coming out strong with it. He's got one on his heels, two in front of him. Good sticks from Fargo. Binda takes a shot, goes wide. Fargo pushing it past Maroney. Ani's going to get to it. Trying to push it back, but right at the blue line, Fargo picks it up. Maroney gets a clear, but Fargo able to pick it up right at the blue line. They're going to dump it in. Back and forth game with Fargo. Takes a shot, saved by Peterson, and one sitting there. We'll clean up that action for number 7 at 9:53. Good check in on that Dinah Roseau game. A few minutes ago it was 8-0. I think 56 shots on goal for Dinah versus 6 for Roseau. Fargo's going to pick one up and toss another one in the back of the net. Just over 9 minutes left of the game here. Daly missed the game yesterday feeling underneath the weather. I know Carr was out for practice, I believe, one day under the weather. Cooper out. Team keeps on battling through it. Kess gets a stick on it, gets a good clear. Fargo can pick it up in the neutral zone. Leaves it behind. And Fargo able to find it again. Evenson trying to battle through it. Good clear by the Lightning, but Fargo able to pick it up in the neutral zone. Passing up to the blue line. Entering the zone, some good pressure from the Lightning. Shot goes wide of the net. Fargo picks it up. Horton trying to get it clear. Good stick on from Fargo. Keeps it in. Unsure what I saw, but we got one down. Didn't see what's happening, but he got up on his own will. One back for game review, about 7:50. Kimmer gets a clear. Horton dumps it up. Icing waved off. We're going to continue playing. Just over 7 minutes left of game. Fargo skating in with it. Looking for potential centering. Good 6-on from Lightning prevents that from getting in. Hits their men back at the blue line. Just gets off their stick though. They're going to have to take back up. Do so just in the nick of time. Kilmer put Dauber over to I don't know what's going on. They're going to call a tripping penalty on number 25 for Fargo. This is going to put us on a Buster's Masonry power play. And with the running clock, we're going to have about a minute 40 of running time for that. Carr's going to pick it up. Pushes it back to Kilmer. Kilmer's going to push it back over to Dauber. Just bounced off his stick, but he's going to pick it up from the boards. Takes a shot on goal. And covered.
Did he have it covered?
Kess coming out for the drop. Minute left on the power play opportunity. 5:20 on the board for the third period. Daly battling out, trying to push it back. Maroney just misses it at the blue line. He's going to pick it up, push it over to Evenson. Evenson's going to try to dump it in, hits Fargo. Kess right there to pick it up, but Fargo able to turn it over. Fargo trying to dump it in. Maroney's going to pick it up. Trying to push it over to Kess, but Fargo intercepts it. Ani puts a stick on it. Kess getting to pick it up. He's got Daly with him. Pushes it past his defensive men. Going to get to it first. Pushing one out center. Looking for Evenson. Fargo's going to be back at full strength. Evenson to Daly. Evenson trying to pass it up. And unfortunately, Fargo will put one more in. At 3:48. That'll be 9th goal for Fargo. Butcher putting one on net. Tenney covers. Horton pushing another one on net. Fargo picking it up. Skating out of the zone. Center in option. Hits the side of the post for Peterson. Couldn't tell. Good battle between Lightning and Fargo. They're trying to wrap one around. Good deflective by Christenson. Stoppage of play. 2:15. Good stick-some from Fargo, trying to tear it away from Carr, but he's building his momentum. There's a good stick by Fargo right at the blue line. They're going to turn it over. Dauber comes in, knocks it off, prevents that play from getting off to anything. Dauber keeping with his player, knocks off the puck from able to get going anywhere. Carr picking it up, just gets a knock loose right around the blue line. And Fargo's going to push it up. Dauber trying to push it up, back up, but Fargo intercepts it. Saved by Peterson as Fargo took another shot. Minute 15 remaining. Score is 0-9. Fargo trying to enter the zone. Daly peels it away. Skating up with it. Looking to put one on the board, takes a shot. Good stick from Fargo, gets it sent up, high up behind the net. Fargo pushing up. Dauber back on defense alone. They skate by him. They're going to take a potential, and they will put one more on for number 10. At 40 seconds. Coming up with it. Pushes it underneath one leg, but unable to get it to the second. Fargo trying to get to it. Maroney stops that pass from happening. And that's going to be the end of the second game. Final score, Lightning 0, Fargo 10. Fargo's going to go off and face Edina next. And the Lightning will be facing off against Roseau at 3 p.m. And Fargo beat Roseau 10-4. And again, last time we checked in, Edina was beating Roseau 8-0. Lightning's going to get some grub in them, some rest, find their legs again. And we'll be back on the ice around 3 p.m. Game may start early again, so make sure you're watching the live stream. And then it's all about community. It's a sports game. There's a winner, there's a loser. They got to leave it out on the ice. And make some more memories off the ice. All right, as always, thanks for tuning in. We'll be live at 3 p.m. Have a great one.